Welcome back to the virtual court where you are the judge. Part 4 of Exposing CPS, a former worker's personal nightmare. The sentencing. Child Protective Services gave me a choice. My son could go to juvenile detention or participate in what they call a juvenile sex offender program. I had never heard of this before, a juvenile sex offenders program. I was a baby social worker at the time, and to be honest, I trusted the system. The way they described it, it sounded harmless, like group therapy or something. I agreed that me and my son would participate. However, in court, despite our agreement to join the program, the judge rejected this option. He sentenced my 11-year-old son to 1 year in a juvenile detention facility for an accidental touch. For context, the case right before us, a child got 3 months for throwing a water balloon at the McDonald's window. And the window didn't even break. It would be years later that I would learn about Kids for Cash programs. The court hearing was devastating. As I listened to my former foster daughter's mother burst into loud tears throughout the courtroom, crying about how her 4-year-old would be scarred for life, I just couldn't believe it. She was right, but not for the reasons she thought. You see, if you tell a child they're a victim, they'll internalize that. Just like if you tell a child they are an offender or a perpetrator, they will internalize that too. The system was essentially setting both children up for failure. This incident really only took a simple "I'm sorry." It didn't need all this court hearing and closing down homes and putting kids in jail. Really? For something that was an accident? I feel that the state mentally injures children when they do this. And I'll give you a modern day example of mental injury. Mental injury should not be confused with mental illness. Mental injury is like if you call somebody stupid or dumb or ugly, they start to believe it. That's a mental injury. I will give you a modern day example. Ayanla, Fix My Life, episode 6. Here's a clip.
Any of your daughters for the purpose of sexual contact, what does it say?
Not deceptive.
Okay. So if his answers are not deceptive and yours are deceptive, what does that mean? He never touched the children. He never touched them sexually. So here's your answer. Did the dad rape them? No. So what do you want to say to your daughters?
I'm glad that he did not take advantage and rape y'all.
That's all you want to say, Ma.
Now, if you look at the women in this clip, you will see that they were truly traumatized by their mother's lies. She said their father SA'd them. She even accused one of her grandchildren of being her husband's. But it was all lies to attack him and to keep her girls against their father. And this devastated these girls. But it wasn't true. And it goes to show you that if you are told something you were sexually abused at 4, she was not sexually abused at 4. And my son did not sexually assault anyone. We believe what our mothers and fathers say. We believe what the system says. CPS gave both Quentin and Tata their life stories. One was taught that she was abused at the age of 4, and the other was taught that he was a perpetrator and an offender. CPS didn't think Tata needed therapy for an accidental touch, but my son was sent down the aisle of punishment. The judge sent my son to a juvenile facility called Cheltenham. He couldn't stop crying. They had to put him in the first cell by the guard's desk and keep the lights on. Our legal aid attorney said we could appeal to a higher judge, but it took 7 days to get that appeal. 7 days of my son left alone and lost and terrified in a juvenile facility, all for an accidental touch. A touch that he didn't even remember. So what happened with our appeal? Did I get my son out of Cheltenham? Follow to find out.
You may proceed.
I believe in the evidence, so what? A charade, a twisted distortion, a tale so mislaid through claims. Sound profound, they crumble to dust. For truth stands strong in the face of the unjust. Lawyer, I understand the challenges his family has faced, but accountability must not be erased. There were warning signs, actions left unheeded. We sought intervention, but progress impeded. Therefore, in the pursuit of truth, we must remain resolute. Though the outcome may be hard to refute, I stand firm in my belief in the course we've taken to find justice and ensure no lives are forsaken. Find Quentin guilty and give him the most